Okay everyone, welcome to a glory day. Hope you're all staying well for COVID-19. Pretty much what today's project is, as you can see we've got a lot of Land Rovers laying around the place, but that's not my job. Basically what I'm going to be doing today is, because ANZAC Day in Australia here was cancelled, well, put away, so you couldn't march, you couldn't go to ANZAC Day or anything like that. But an officer from 3CES came up with an idea when doesn't everybody go at the end of the driveway. And because of that idea, it's involved with a candle at the end of the driveway. So today's project is a flagpole. Now, there's two ways you can do a flagpole. There is go and buy a flagpole kit. All the same, all metal, all pretty much mass produced. Or do it the way I'm going to do it, which is inspired by a flagpole I'm restoring at the igloo which was started last year. But with COVID-19, I can't go back and finish that flagpole off. So I'm inspired by doing that one. And what that was a hardwood tree, a gum tree style, and it's 100 years old, that flagpole, and it's made out of wood. So virtually what I'm going to be making is a pioneer style flagpole. So to make a pioneer style flagpole, and I am no expert in woodworking whatsoever, I've done woodworking, but I have never ever, been a real fan of it. So basically the main things you're going to need is some zinc-related, well, it could be zinc or stainless steel, whatever you want, but you need some of these hooks here. Now these hooks here is to tie down the rope at the end of the flagpole down the bottom, like a traditional flagpole. Now the old Pioneer ones didn't have these, they just was a nail or something like that, I can't remember. I've got to restore, but when I restored the 100-year-old one, so that's what I've got a pack of two, I'll use one of these on there. The other thing you'll need is something to attach the flag to the rope. So I went with carabiner. You can get dog clips, whatever you can get to attach the flag to the rope. So you need two of those. Now your traditional or your Pioneer one had eye bolts or wire just poked through, and they were just a runner, so they didn't have a pulley like the metal ones do. So basically what I've gone with, eye straps. Surface mount, and then the rope here, for example, will run up, and this will just guide it along the piece of timber. Pretty simple. I've got 22 meters of white rope. I've got a sander, a handsaw, because I want to try it traditional. I have about half a dozen of these, and this is the only one I could find in the shed. So over the 6 month lockdown, while not working, looks like I'll be cleaning the shed up. Need a drill. This drill is just to be little screws here, I don't know if you can see them, is just to do a little hole just to guide them in, then screw them up so you don't break them. No doubt these are really cheaply made, so it's a pilot hole. Some paint. Now this paint, I don't know how well it's going to be. I just got that from the neighbours, so I scrounged, because of course with the COVID-19 we can't physically, well, you can go to the hardwares, but why would you? It's just no point. If you can scrounge the stuff and make it cheap, why not? So I just got some white, off-white, gloss white, acrylic white, whatever it is. This is a water-based one. Paintbrush, also got scrounged that off my neighbour, because I forgot to go when I went to do buy a paintbrush. Now before I do all that, this is what I treated my 100-year-old flagpole with. Now this stuff here, if I zoom it in, it's Australian made, but what it is, it's a timber preservation, and it's good for mild wood burns and all that. So to get the drift, I've probably picked up a piece of second-hand timber. In containers, put the paint in and some of that in. Yeah, I might have to find a paintbrush because I don't know, this is very oily, so you got to let this dry. But we'll go along the process. Now we'll go up for a quick walk to some hardwood trees I picked up off the side of the road there during March in the cyclones. What we do for barbecues and fire pits, we usually just ground to the side of the road because we've got heaps of cut down timber. So the first piece I was going to use was this one, just here. And that was the first one I saw. And then I saw this lovely big piece. So this is the one we're going to cut. So basically, it's going to be cut here, where my foot is, just where my foot is, just above where the Y is. And then somewhere approximately down here, so I'm thinking about here, is where it's going to be cut next. Now, the idea of the runner guides is I'm going to have one here, just where I broke one off, so it follows the direction of the tree, and then another one about here. So we'll get you all set up and we'll drag this over and we'll start making a flagpole out of a hardwood tree. As you can see, this is why I need the prevent stuff, the wood burn. You can see all the termite tracks because it's just been sitting on the edge of the road for a little bit, but if we can reuse it, if it lasts 6 months, good. If it lasts more than that, fantastic. But mainly this is the project for ANZAC Day, so we've got a flagpole for our Australian flag. Now the flag I've got, it's a cheapie. Dad and I got it years and years ago. Eventually when this is over, I don't have time now because the Australian Post has slowed down. I'll get a 700 denim screen printed flag, Australian made, double stitched, heavy duty. And the one I got down there is a pretty shitty one, but again, it's not the quality of the flag. As long as it lasts a day, as long as it does its job for quite a while. Not like you're leaving it up there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In flag etiquette, protocols, at dawn and dusk. So you raise the flag at dawn, raise it at dusk. If there's a storm, you don't raise it. If there's heavy winds, you can still raise it with caution. But you never touch the ground with the flag. The flag never hits the ground. So let's set you up on the vehicle. I picked a nice shady spot. Just going to drag this. It's fairly heavy. It's a timber over, and we'll start cutting and marking, cutting, and we'll catch you over there. Catch you. Alright, so I'll just go and get the tree. I just had to modify a tripod, because I can't find my tripod. It's a Canon tripod. Well, I do some Shelter Bay sometimes up there with the 6.0 in-house art. But this tripod was actually found by my father. It was in the bin. Obviously the Singaporean soldier couldn't, take it with them, or don't know what was wrong with it, but there was nothing wrong with it at all that I could see. And all I did was take the Canon adapter off, saw a bolt off, put it into the same hole, which worked out well because this one's a thread on type, so now we've got a tripod. So let's carry on for me. Let's go and get this tree. Let's go and do some cutting. Might have to repaint these bars as well because they're starting to flake a bit too, so what got to look about okay then, but again, I'm not going to bunny. So if I got some, if I don't, I don't. I don't know what puff that was. Oh well, these are all pants. In Australia, we call these utes. In the properties, we call them workbenches. That's the knot that needs to be cut up there. And that's roughly what I want. One line guides. As soon as I can get some of this off, just slide it over easier. Better off. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that where I'm working. Okay. So actually where I'm gonna just double check you guys. So basically we're gonna cut, this has got a natural square base to it, which I really like. So I'm looking about here. So probably about there to cut that off. Into it. And again, I'm just too lazy to hook the power up to the shed. So we'll get into this and however long it takes. I'll zoom you fast forward it so you guys don't get bored. Beautiful. Look at that. That's proper beautiful. Might save that piece. This time I'll have it by saw and got some coasters out of that. Cool. But proof that I can cut by hand. So I won't I'll speed it up. So I'll get the rest of the cutting done and get back to you. For lunch anyway. Not lunch, smoko. Before I go and do that, I've got to go and do some washing down, and then I'll go and have some smoko. So this is cut to length. Sorry, this is cut to length. I've hand sawn everything, all the notches. Beautiful timber. So that's the length I want the flagpole. There is a reason why I cut, if I can spin it around, why I cut that notch like that. What I'm hoping is, if it's right, well, apart from that, that's an indication where one of the runners is going to go. But I'm thinking that's going to be too high. If not, that's going to be all pumped anyway. So that's an indication for when the runners go. One of the runners are going up there too. So we'll now take this on the vehicle as is. Try and make it evenly spread, because we have, it may bounce off, I don't know. Get more, I'll think about there. So I'm going to take this down to home, to the wash point. I am going to wash it down and let it dry while I'm going to have a cup of coffee and stuff like that. So I don't know what time it is, it's probably about 10 maybe, I'm not sure. Put this wash down, wash all this termite stuff off, wait for it to dry. I'll then put some of that preventer stuff on. So when we get down to the wash down point, stay tuned and you can watch me wash. Okay, so we're in action. Blink. So if that's clean, just spray there, and we'll bring it down again when we've done some sanding. Might do the sanding here actually. Set this a bit further that way, so they're going down towards down there. So it's the sand that's on the back. Get that out of the sun before it heats up. Might take it inside. So I'll set this up soon, get a bit further down there. The power, have a longer lead. Ridiculous. And do this down here. And I might as well do the coating down here as well. The painting down here, I might as well go here. So might as well do everything down here now. It was up there. Because that's where the flagpole was. Now it's down here. We'll do it all down here. So we'll set this up after morning tea. Give it a sand. Before it's sanding. And crossbone, the whole crossbone from the name of the topic. So after then, I'll catch you.